If you've sent out hundreds of job applications and you're still not landing interviews and you know you should be, the problem is not the market, it's your resume. And this is especially true if you've been submitting applications by tailoring your resume to every single job description. Your resume should encapsulate who you are as an individual in your career. It should not be a regurgitation of every single thing that the job description lists, and it's not supposed to be a laundry list of things that you've done on the job. And what I mean by that is you should not be listing off random resources, tools, softwares, and skills. You should be listing how you've effectively used that to create impact. So overall, responsibilities don't do the work. It's actually pointing out the results and what you've accomplished that does all the heavy lifting. For example, if the job description is requiring that you have stakeholder engagement, you should not put on your resume increased stakeholder engagement by 20%, resulting in increased productivity and transparency. That means nothing about how you were able to engage with stakeholders, like how you actually communicated with them, why you chose that method, and why does that increase productivity and transparency. What you should be saying instead is led stakeholder engagement across 5 cross-functional teams, including X, Y, and Z team names, in order to facilitate the launch or the strategy or whatever it is that you did for 5 projects, including blah, blah, blah areas that it would be affecting, like financial reports or forecasting, inventory, etc., and then executing on how you led that. So by leading, by visualizing and consolidating data by using Excel, Tableau, and Power BI to demonstrate insights such as X, Y, and Z. You just don't want to say actionable insights or data-driven solutions. You actually want to say what they are across 5 bi-weekly meetings, thus resulting in approvals, new ideas, and anything else that came out of those meetings, thus resulting in a successful engagement with those stakeholders and the potential results that came out of it. It could be signing on a new client. It could be increasing revenue. Whatever that might have been, this is the type of bullet point that will show how you increase productivity, transparency, and how you engage with stakeholders to begin with. So job descriptions are there to show you potential routes you could take with your resume. They are not showing you that you should list everything verbatim. Yes, stakeholder engagement is a valuable keyword, so I'm sure you have it somewhere in there. But if you're still not landing interviews, the problem isn't that you didn't tailor your resume enough and you don't have enough keywords. It's more so you have too many keywords and not enough demonstration of how you actually utilize them to make an impact. That's why when we work with clients at Bahar Careers, we take their resume from 0 to hero. The problem is not that you don't have enough experience or you're too entry level or you're too overqualified. The problem is your resume is not best showcasing who you are and what you're able to deliver. We start with action that you take, we add specific proof and outcomes, and then we relate it back to business strategy and outcomes. The resume bullet points will make or break your resume. It's not that you have an ATS friendly template. It's not that several other people have already given you input and the formatting is just fine, the margins are great. That one is just vanity. It's not going to help you pass a human recruiter and land that first interview. So overall, when you have a resume that has a lot of keywords, has a lot of information, and has responsibilities, it's not that you're not landing your interviews because you have a lack thereof. It's more so you are not showcasing your details in the best way possible. So the human recruiter is actually the one rejecting you, not ATS or AI. Once our clients go through this process, they only need to do their resume one time. And you can use your resume for several years because each of your experience blocks, they're going to be for 5-7 years at a time. So your resume is going to be evergreen for a very long time. When you apply that strategy onto your LinkedIn, you start to get more in-mail messages and then you start to get inbounds because you are fully showcasing your value and you're not leaving any room for interpretation. That's where you miss out on, because if you're not getting interviews, that means the recruiter has had to try and guess what you can actually accomplish. So when you have bullet points that are showing engage with stakeholders and thus increasing productivity and transparency, those are going to be not enough. And if you look at it from a very honest point of view, would you take on that resume if you've seen thousands of others? Because you're not the only one tailoring your resume. You're not the only one trying to infuse all of these keywords just to try and beat the system. Because in reality, you're trying to just beat a human recruiter. And if you've been trying to tailor your resume over and over again, and you're thinking that this is the best way to land an interview, it's not, because you've already identified that there is a lack in your resume. That's why you're not landing landing interviews. Infusing more of that vague, diluted language is only going to hurt you more. That's why you've been getting those rejection emails that say, we went with another candidate who has more experience. It's not that they have more experience, it's that they showcase their skills and impact in the best way possible. That's very transparent for the recruiter to look at it, understand your value, and then showcase it to the hiring manager in next steps. Here are some of our client results. They went through this process one time and they were able to come out of it with 6-figure job offers within 60 to 90 days of starting to work with us. And this has resulted in so many opportunities to start piling in. So if you're tired with the way your resume and job search has been going, just book a call with our team below. It's a free complimentary call. We will go over your bullet points, share our feedback, and give you tangible next steps. We'll also throw in a mock interview because we don't want you to have the best resume possible. We want you to be able to get the interviews and pass them. If you like this video, make sure you hit subscribe, like this video, and leave any comments below if you have any questions, and I'd be more than happy to create a new video discussing more about it. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media channels, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!